We rolling?
Yes.
I feel very different. I don't just feel different physically. I feel different emotionally. This is probably just when I've had something done is probably not the best time to. But what I feel now with the mouthpiece is when I take it out, my range of motion decreases. It decreases. I feel as if what happens is when I take this out, as if I'm like a snake recoiling, and then when I pop it back in, it feels as if I feel taller. I'm not going to be like one of those people who's normally on your thing, who is the miraculous thing where I felt different. And I suppose.
What were some of your symptoms that you had when you came in to see me a month ago before this mouthpiece?
I was like that. And also I had like sort of, you call them storms. I don't know what the word is, but it was almost as if I had a small dog. He died. He, towards the end of his life, had these momentary seizures, and I felt like that for years, and I don't even know what brings it on. I think it's something, if I could describe it like a vehicle, if I was a vehicle, I would be permanently short-circuiting and having twitches and spasms and things, and they've all started to die down, and in some days gone away. And it's a terrible thing to walk through life with that, because you feel, you tell people all sorts of things. I've got cerebral palsy, I've got, MS or any of these things, because you can't tell people you've got like a super rare disorder that nobody can really either cure or diagnose or anything. It's a weird thing that in the 21st century that that would exist. It would be much, but then again, I suppose, things go around and come around. I feel taller.
I'm just going to come around you here to the front now. Sit straight forward so we can see how you're...
Well, I'm better. I'm not 1,000%, but I'm like 700% of where I was.
Can you turn your head right and left?
Yeah. I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that. I mean, you also have to understand, I'm somebody, unlike most of your patients, I'm somebody who's been like this for 30 years. I mean, I'm 53 years old in October. It's like, I've had this for more than half of my life. It's... And with no help, with no respite, with no release. And I'm sure I've got musculoskeletal damage from it that may or may not ever be. It was like I noticed myself in the mirror the other day, and I noticed even though my head was straight, my right shoulder is higher. But this is because 30 years, man. That's a lifetime. And but I think the most important thing is the emotional change. I feel strangely free in lots of ways that I didn't before. It sounds strange to say that. I suppose in terms of your patients, most of them are here, and on the level of eccentricity and strangeness, I'm like 1,000 yards that way. But I always would have been that person, but what's happened is I've reset my life to deal with all this, but now I find this resetting is resetting my life, if that makes any sense.